Death Note.
The massively popular manga and anime Death Note has spawned live-action movies, a musical, and a TV show. The cat-and-mouse game between a megalomaniacal high school student who uses a supernatural notebook to murder anyone he deems evil, and the spooky but brilliant young detective who is known for solving the most unsolvable cases, has helped open up the world of anime to fans of mystery, drama, and crime thrillers worldwide.
We need more like this.
While the story may be widely known, that doesn't mean you know everything. So here are 7 things you didn't know about Death Note.
Alright.
Probably. Manga writers and artists in Japan can be bigger than rock stars, so it might surprise you that the true identity of Death Note's creator, Tsugumi Ohba, is a mystery even L would have trouble solving. The name seems to be a pseudonym, as there is no public record of anybody with that name in Japan. Even Ohba's gender is uncertain, and although there are interviews, including ones with the artist of the manga, alluding to Ohba being male, there has never been any actual confirmation.
I never knew that.
One particularly interesting theory is that Ohba is really Hiroshi Gamo, creator of the gag series Totemo Lucky Man from the early 90s. While it seems like a stretch to go from something so silly to a gothic thriller like Death Note, Ohba's other popular series, Bakuman, a strangely meta slice-of-life manga about manga creators, makes the connection seem like less of a stretch. The reason people first connected Gamo to Death Note is a small note early in the series. Light's school is called Gamo Seminar, and it's a common trend in manga and anime for creators to name schools after themselves.
Really?
Whether or not you believe Ohba is actually Gamma, it's hard to find any better theories about Ohba's possible identity.
That's crazy.
Characters in Death Note are developed in an unusual way. While Ohba comes up with a general idea of character traits like age and intelligence, it's not until artist Takeshi Obata designs them that Ohba can conceptualize how they would act and what they might do in any given situation. Once there's an image to look at, Ohba can see the possibilities for dialogue and new directions the story can take. The 8 members of the Yotsuba group have been specifically cited by Ohba as being created that way. L, however, is one of the few characters whose looks Ohba had some distinct ideas about, like the unusual way that L sits, which is said to mimic the way Ohba sits. Also, L's constant barefootedness and his general listless manner were musts for Ohba. Obata's addition of dark circles under the eyes and the sloppy way L dresses helped to fully form the character.
Interesting! That's crazy!
Watching the anime, it appears that once a name is written in the Death Note, that person's fate is sealed. But in the premiere issue of the manga, there was a special death eraser that can erase names written in the Death Note, and even revive people killed using the Death Note. The eraser never came up again, and never made it into the anime. The idea of resurrection is an interesting addition, considering Ohba has gone on record saying that life and death in Death Note follow his personal beliefs. That once you're dead, you're dead. There is no afterlife, and there's no coming back.
Damn.
In 2007, Belgian police discovered a mutilated body along with misspelled notes that said Watashi wa Kira des, meaning I am Kira, a clear reference to Death Note. The Belgian press nicknamed this case Manga Moord, or Manga Murder. Clearly news of this crime took a toll on Ohba because it was referenced in an arc of the writer's other famous series, Bakuman, where the main characters, who are manga creators, are distressed because a criminal decided to act out the crimes they describe in their manga. Luckily, DNA helped identify both the victim and his killers, and when the suspects in the real-life case were eventually caught, it was discovered that Death Note did not inspire the killings. They had killed the victim after an argument turned physical. After a failed attempt to dissolve the body in acid, they eventually dismembered it and decided to leave the note, perhaps thinking the Death Note reference would distract authorities from discovering how and why the murder happened.
Weird. Really weird.
In China, Death Note is amongst the many banned manga, but even in the US, the comic and its anime have come under fire. In Alabama in 2008, 2 12-year-old 6th graders were arrested for possessions of replica Death Notes, where they had listed the names of school staff and students. The boys said it was a joke, and authorities found no indication that they had plans to carry out an actual attack. Students in Connecticut and Virginia also faced disciplinary action at their schools for having Death Notes, although no legal charges were brought against them. It appears no Shinigami have been discovered near any of these incidents, even after authorities touched the death notes. So, I guess we can all rest easy. For now.
I have one, actually. I own one.
L is not only the 3 best detectives in the world, a great tennis player, and owner of one of the best collections of junk food in anime history, but did you know he was also almost a daddy? When the characters of Nier and Mello were first being created by Tsukumi Oba, he had considered making them not just L's protégés, but his actual sons. This is why their personalities were less distinct when they first appeared in the manga. The idea was later nixed, and Nier and Mello were finally given distinct personalities and unique backgrounds, albeit they still inherited a sweet tooth from their almost papa.
Interesting.
Just because a Shinigami is a god of death that never lived as a human doesn't mean they can't celebrate Christmas. Thanks to a special 6-panel Christmas one-shot comic, we got to see Ryuk ask a Santa Claus costumed light what he wanted for Christmas. What could a giant bored god of death want? A silver Game Boy Advance, of course.
Really?
Light as Santa. Ha 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 ha! Now that's one naughty list I definitely don't want to be on. And those are 7 things.
Interesting. I actually didn't know any of those at all.
The smartest character.
Oh shit!
Let us know in the comments below.
Actually, look at this: Ghost in the Shell,
every Tuesday for new videos.
Princess Mononoke, Attack on Titan,
right here on Anime Vice.
God damn! And the only reason I started watching what is this? Anime Vice. You guys go check them out. I think they'd be good. The only reason I started watching, things I didn't know about Sailor Moon. I know everything about Sailor Moon. The only reason I started checking out is because of that other, when people take anime too far, I'm like, damn. And that popped up in the recommended links. Alright, well there we go, guys. That was pretty cool. Very interesting indeed. Alright, guys, I'm out.